All right, today we're diving into something really cool. A world built around these two siblings, Banish and Vanish, and this incredible, dangerous loophole in reality that they call contraband memory.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a wild question. Imagine something could be completely erased from existence, so totally gone that no one even remembers it was ever there. Now, what if you were the only one who knew what the world had lost?
So at the center of all this, you've got these two infamous siblings, Banish and Vanish. In some circles, they're known as the twins who clean the edges of the world, and they are both tied to a single, incredibly dangerous gift.
You see, they have this shared gift, but it works in two totally different, almost opposite ways. It's fascinating. Banish, he's the firstborn, got these ink-black eyes. He can just look at something, a name, a weapon, a border on a map, and just poof, strike it from reality, like it never, ever existed. Then you have his twin, Vanish. She's got the flip side of that power. She can step out of reality, slipping into this in-between space to kind of sidestep time and consequence.
So, how did they figure this out? Well, it all started back when they were kids. Banish, in a moment of pure anger, erased a cruel nickname some bully had given him. He wiped it from everyone's mind. But one person still remembered it. Vanish. And why? Because at the exact moment he erased it, she'd instinctively slipped just outside of that moment. And right there, that was the first clue that the rules of their world could be bent.
And that one little incident, it cracked open the door to what we're really here to talk about. See, the world is supposed to have this fundamental rule. If something is erased, you can't miss it, you can't mourn it, because you don't even know it's gone. But the twins, they found a loophole. And oh man, it is a big one.
And they gave it a name, contraband memory. So here's the deal. This is how it works. If Vanish erases something, at the very same instant that Vanish steps into her in-between space, she can carry the memory of that erased thing with her. It's literally smuggled out of reality, kept safe only inside her mind and her body.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. The weight of this is real, it's visceral. I mean, listen to this description. The erased castle, the forgotten river, the dead friend. These aren't just thoughts. They become these physical burdens, these half-lit ghosts that she carries around inside of her. It's this beautiful but incredibly painful way of keeping things alive.
So you can imagine a secret this big? It makes them a massive target. They are constantly being hunted by some seriously powerful groups. You've got entire kingdoms that want to hire them to just, unmake an old war or a bad treaty. There are cults that want them to literally delete rival gods. And then you have the archivists, who are almost scarier. They don't want to use the power, they want to study it, to basically catalog all of Vanish's smuggled memories to prove the world used to be so much bigger.
Okay, so they're on the run, constantly looking over their shoulders. And this all builds to one moment, one commission that changes the game entirely. They get an offer from a powerful empress, an offer of a permanent home, a sanctuary. But the price? Well, the price is the complete and total erasure of one problem city.
The job comes from a powerful empress, and it sounds simple enough, at least on paper. She says this city is a festering wound on the edge of her empire, just a nest of heretics and rebels that needs to be cleanly removed. And for Banish, who's been on the run his whole life, the promise of a safe place to rest is almost too good to pass up.
But of course it's never that simple. When they actually get to the city, what they find is, wow, it's not what they were told at all. It's not a nest of monsters, it's a sanctuary. It's a place where things that have been erased from the world have started to bleed back into reality. We're talking street lamps glowing with colors that we don't even have names for. Alleys that open up into palaces you almost remember. It's a living, breathing museum of contraband memories.
And this is where things get really complicated. For the first time, this discovery puts the twins in direct opposition to each other. They're now facing a fundamental disagreement that could tear them apart for good.
So, the argument basically boils down to this. Vanish is just tired. He's been a weapon his whole life, and he wants to take the deal, erase the city, get the sanctuary, and finally be safe. But Vanish, her body is literally full of the memories of lost things. She can't do it. She looks at this place and sees a home for the forgotten, and she's determined to protect it.
And what Banish does next is, well, it's genius. It's so
elegant. Instead of just wiping the city off the face of the earth, he erases a single, simple concept, the idea that the city ever belonged to the Empire. And in a blink, maps redraw themselves, border stones go blank, entire armies forget why they're even there. The city is still standing, completely safe, but now it's just a blank spot on the map that nobody can claim.
But Vanish has her own move to make, and it's a powerful one. She steps into the in-between, and she smuggles away the memory of the commission itself. The Empress's face, the names of her generals, the promise of a safe home, she takes it all. To the rest of the world, the Empress's reign now has this weird, blurry spot in its early history. But for Vanish, it's a crystal-clear memory, a portrait of a broken promise she'll carry forever.
And just like that, with that one single event, everything changed for them. They weren't just the world's erasers anymore, they had become its editors, capable of these subtle, precise changes that sent ripples out across the world.
So now, their story, their legend, it kind of splits and travels in 3 totally different ways. Back in the Empress's lands, they're a spooky story you tell your kids. In the Forgotten City, they're practically saints. People carry these little charms of a closed eye for Banish and an open door for Vanish. And for the people who actually map reality, well, for them, the twins represent something brand new. And this leads to a whole new symbol that starts appearing on maps. It's for places that simply cannot be claimed or rewritten. It looks like a single line struck clean through a page. That's Vanish's clean erasure. And right next to it is an empty circle. That's Vanish's open door, just waiting for a contraband memory to be brave enough to come back.
Which, brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. This whole story is about the push and pull between erasing something and remembering it. So if you had that power, if you could be an editor of reality, what would you choose to strike from the page forever? And what precious contraband memory would you hide away and carry with you no matter what?